Hi, I'm Kiernan, and our family beef cattle farm is called Cypress Springs. And this name was chosen when we first bought the place over 30 years ago, as the creek has permanent water holes from so many springs. And until the 2003 firestorm, we looked out the window to the largest stand in the ACT of the native cypress pine on the slopes of Mount Tennant. So we combined springs and cypress. And we've lived in this rural area near the historic village of Tharwa on the west of the Murrumbidgee River for almost 50 years. And we started off farming, though, in the mid-north coast of New South Wales. But then, for a whole range of reasons, we decided to stay here, and this place came up as a deceased estate for sale. It was a very stressful process of buying the farm. The interesting thing is this place is the top end, the tip of what used to be Cumberland Station, which is actually just down the valley. You can almost see the woolshed from here. And this Cumberland, along with Lanyon and Barumba, was settled in the 1830s. So there's a lot of history here in the place. And the thing I cherish most about the place is the landscape and how you can see the history. There's a shepherd's hut down by the creek with a grove of quinces. There's original fences from when they first invented wire and we had fencing. And then I guess the other thing is this farm has great bush, and the nature is what I really love. So because this farm has had low intensity farming, only light grazing by cattle and native creatures for over 70 years, plus our concerted efforts to keep the weeds under control, the valley floor is remnant treeless grassland, and the hills and slopes have the various communities of the endangered yellow box red gum grassy woodland. And that's a really important ecosystem in the ACT, both of them are. And so it's been our deliberate intention to conserve this little pocket of wildlife diversity with our regenerative agricultural practices. So that's, I guess, one of the driving forces of how we manage the land and why we manage the land. Farm productivity has varied with droughts and fires and floods. The weather and circumstances beyond our control mean that building in resilience is quite tricky. It's not easy to do. And triple bottom line sustainability, which is what we aim to have, is not a surety at all if all of the eggs are in one basket. So diversity of income streams is just as desirable as diversity in nature and wildlife. And as the saying goes, it's hard to be green if you're in the red. So you have to make money to be able to invest back into the farm. So in our grazing area, the district, it used to be totally male dominated, but today women in all roles is much more accepted, in fact expected, although I don't know of any grazing property here where the women are the boss. Having high-profile women in agriculture, though, like Fiona Simpson from the National Farmers Federation and like Lucinda Corrigan from Rennie Lee Bulls, where we buy our bulls from, is critical to the ongoing culture shift in agriculture. The biggest challenge for me, because I'm not big and everything is designed for big, strong people with man-sized hands, so the biggest challenge was physical. But now with our multi-generational enterprise, sharing the jobs and duties according to abilities and capabilities makes life much less frustrating for me. Family was two girls, or is two girls, and as teens they were always involved in the jobs on the farm, and now we're so lucky to have two fabulous sons-in-law who also love the place, and the four of them want the farming lifestyle for their families, and so we're in the process of succession to the future generations. And I'm now doing more minding of my grandchildren, my 4 and soon-to-be 5 lovely grandchildren. And I guess that's a fabulous opportunity to be able to work with your family to steward the land in a way that's harmonious and respectful to the past and to the future.